So come on in, take a sip. Let's wind down. It is Saturday, my favorite day of the week, and we are having a 2023 Chateau Mezain. That's exactly what I expected. I found this bottle with my darling Schatzi today at the Edeka here in Weiden in der Oberpfalz, Nordbayern, Deutschland. All that to say, I found it at the big grocery store down the street from our house here in Weiden in der Oberpfalz. Nordbayern, northern Bavaria. Deutschland, Germany. And I said to myself, oh, this is beautiful. And it won the Médaille d'Or, so the gold medal for wine. I thought, well, you know what? We're going to have to just see what we've got here. And it is fantastic. Just open the box. I mean, just uncork this thing. And so getting a little bit of sulfur yet as the time goes. It's been sitting in here for a couple of years. But moving beyond that, and that will dissipate, but the cassis is coming through. Should not affect the palate at all. And let's just give that a shot. Wow. Ever so slightly tannic. Not really a deal killer if you want something that's not so fatty. Definitely made for meat. I would say charcuterie. Salamis, maybe prosciutto. Maybe prosciutto con melone. That's always nice, right? And if you haven't had the prosciutto con melone, it's where you basically wrap up cantaloupe and I guess that would be honeydew type melons with the Parmesan or the ham, the air dried ham. It's raw ham. Let's just face it. Let's be honest. But it's quite delicious. I mean, it's cured, I guess. It's yummy. But it's a fantastic dish. You can get it at any Italian restaurant in Europe. And so, but I think this would be perfect for that. Or like I said, any meat or cheese dish. But if you're wanting to have pizza or pasta or, I roast pork, leg of lamb, this is a good one. And if it's this calm after just uncorking, what are we going to get out of this when the puzzle's over and I'm sitting down watching the next episode of, I think it's called Paradise, about the president in the Dome City? That's crazy. Finally got around to watching The Bear. That's a good show. It's almost therapy for me because you see all these dirty fingernails and stuff going on and everybody's busy, it's hectic and it's chaos, and you can look around, you could walk through our flat right now, you'd see we do not live in chaos. So it's a bit of therapy. It's only 30 minutes. So it's good. But we're not minimalists, clearly. You can see here in the Solver studio. I like stuff, but this is the busiest room we've got because it's my room. So it's my room. My room gets to be busy with all of my toys. So anyway, the word of the day from dictionary.com is soporific. Wow. Causing or tending to cause sleep. Yeah, that's a good adjective, isn't it? Soporific. Soporific. Soporific.
So things that cause you to be sleepy?
Yeah, isn't that a great word? Because it sounds like you're saying something so terrific.
Yeah, I don't like it. It doesn't go together.
Exactly. It's wonderful. What a great word, though. I mean, you could say that, oh, you really are. I mean, you're just so engaging. Every time you get up to speak in the boardroom, I just can't think of myself. What a soporific speaker you are. I mean, unless they're a word nerd, I think you just got an underhanded shot at it, right? So hey, not a bad thing. Of course, I want to just say that soporific should go to the sopapillas that you can get in some Latino restaurants, right? They got the little pillows, you fill them with honey, and I would go into a sugar coma these days. But when I was a kid, that was one heck of a treat. So, get myself adjusted. Got new chairs in for me. Schatzi ordered me new chairs, and these are just fabulous. They don't have any arms on them, so I have to smash into the table and ruin all the cameras and stuff. So, she's so very sweet. Her birthday's on Tuesday, and so I can't wait. So we're going to go coat shopping, I guess, again. She likes coats. But then again, we live in Germany, and they're kind of a necessity. So we have an Aidan Deshong and Akshay Seetharam construction today, edited by Will Short. So for Saturday, August the 9th, let's hop in and see what we've got. So approach Boldly. Really now? Okay. Purple-hatted Nintendo character. Little Italian toasts. Crostinis, right? Typically. Apple skins. Oh. Apple skins. Maybe. Well, I mean, we know probably an iPad or an iPhone, something. Probably covers or screensavers. English town known for its mineral water would be Epsom. I like the Epsom salts until my wife told me that there were better salts that have a lot of magnesium flakes or something like that. And you know, those are really pretty wonderful. Though they tend to be soporific.
They do.
They are soporific. You will get sleepy. Can't stand could be abhor. I forgot I already had the O in there from Epsom. You know, when you're doing the Guardian Cryptic and you have a letter already there, it doesn't just skip over automatically. And I get so used to doing the Guardian. And when I'm not doing the Guardian, I'm going back a couple of years and doing those Guardian Cryptics because I'm trying to get better at them, right? So I'm constantly going back through grids. And I can tell you, there you have to type through. So if there's already an O there from a cross, from an intersection, you still have to type the O, and I get confused. And I'm sorry about that. Buildings that aren't water resistant. Joy of television, Behar. I'm such a fan of her. She's just so spunky. So I guess we have iPhone here. So Apple skins with the question mark. And I guess skins. We can't put a cover in because we have skins. So I'm assuming iPhone cases. And we put a lot of stock into those too. Shotzi's got a nice silicone happy yellow skin. I've got a brown leather one. So it is what it is. This work is getting to be too much. I need a break, maybe. We got a pretty clever grid here. So a Rube could be a yokel, American in Paris, a Yank. Rube would be a yokel. All right, yokel. What am I doing? Hooked on Pahonics is what I'm doing. Falls short, say, so maybe loses, has legs, lasts. Can't say that. Lasts.
It doesn't work.
It doesn't work.
Just doesn't sound.
It doesn't work. Es ist nicht funktioniert. Es ist defect. Falls short, so yeah, loses. I'm thinking loses. I'm sorry. I just coming off of a big panic. I thought I was hacked earlier, and I was really freaking out. And so, but anyway, everything's good. Poetic contraction. It could be anything. Air, or, tis. People whose flag depicts the Lion of Judah. I can't say I know that. Series of mental blocks. Okay. Pats down. Maybe tamps down. I'm thinking TSA because every time I go through, I get the special treatment. Like the kind of special treatment that you get where you think, do I owe you dinner for this? I mean, yeah, every single time. Shotzi swears she's going to start getting it on camera. She should. I mean, it would be the funniest TikTok video ever. We'd already have like 30 of them in a row where I'm literally getting... I get the treatment every time. I don't know what that's all about. Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. Flying business class. It doesn't make any difference. You know, you're coming right out of the lounge. I mean, you're all high rolling. And guess what? You're going to get the suite. If you're me. So, series of mental blocks. Are we thinking Tetris here? Sections of history. Could be eras. So, yeah. Edges. I don't know, that's just not coming out of me either. Phenomenon of experiencing something as strangely new, even though one has experienced it before. I think that's jamais vu. Jamais vu, I think I spelled that correctly. My French is better than my English, mostly when I'm spelling. Stop, we get it, TMI. So yesterday we had that, right? We had something about TMI, and it said something about being embarrassed or something like that, and I said, well, let me clean this up. And I said, it is much to my chagrin that I have to declare TMI, something like that. Right? I did it in some Georgian, statesman's accent, and get over to the Guardian Grid, the Guardian Cryptic, and they had chagrin was in there. And I also mentioned acrimony yesterday. Guess what was in the Guardian Grid? Right there near chagrin, acrimony. I'm not kidding you. It's not like it's uncommon. We're talking about just throwing a whole bunch of random words together, and surely some of them are going to bounce off and match up, but I'm saying that's weird. That was like eerie weird. 2? All right, so I think we got Tetris here. I don't know. Moves in the shadows. Looks like we're slunking about, perhaps. And poetic contraction. Oh, is this going to be yawn? I don't know. People. Oh, Rastas. Okay, commit that to memory. The Rastafarian flag depicts the Lion of Judah. University of California campus locale would be Irvine, and no, this isn't right. This must be Skulks. I don't know. Poetic contraction till. Okay, that makes sense. All right, gotta line my stuff up here. What did I have again? Slunks? Lo siento. Est-tu malade? Je suis désolé. Pardon. Designate as funds. Maybe earmark. You know, it should tell you something about me when I can say I'm sorry in 78 languages. It means that I have to know how to say I'm sorry. It's important. Rabbit food. Oh, wow, okay. Unhelpful response to why. Oh, I see where we're going with this. Just because. Maybe. I don't want to jump the gun here. But this grid's got me. It's throwing me for some fits today. I guess I wasn't thinking, oh, this might be a Saturday puzzle on a Saturday. Edges. What is going on? Move around from here to there. And this rabbit food. Feels thirsty. Deceived, maybe. Maybe led on. This one's making me think. It could just be that I'm still getting over the shock and the heart rate increase over thinking that I had to completely shut everything down and start all over. La Cuisine Bête is the Balzac novel. Honoré de Balzac. When I went to the Père Lachaise, Chateau and I went to Père Lachaise in Paris to the cemetery. One of the locals, we gave him like 20 euros, and he was like an octogenarian at least, maybe a nonagenarian. But the guy showed us around, showed us everything.
Very fastly.
Very quickly.
Yeah.
And and it's not like we were out of shape, but he was just in really good shape. And he did give us a really good tour.
Wasting no time.
And
Get another one. It's like another one.
Yeah, but he took us to the Morrison Hotel, where Jim Morrison is buried. But the one that I couldn't wait to see, that was Honoré de Balzac. I mean, oh gosh, you have no idea how much I love his work. Flaubert. Yeah, he was a good heir to the Balzac throne. But Balzac. If you haven't seen it, it's an Amazon. It's a New Yorker. It's on the New Yorker. You can just Google it. I'm sure you can find it on YouTube or perhaps on Amazon. But it's Paul Giamatti playing Honoré de Balzac, and over the old saying. There's an old urban myth, if you will. I'm not going to say wives' tale ever again. It's an urban myth that Honoré de Balzac had to have 50 cups of coffee a day before he even started his writing, and it is hilarious, right? In fact, we have to watch that again when this is over. So, feels thirsty might be lost. She's like, yay! Can't wait. So, I guess rabbit food, maybe Easter candy? Oh, but I am so relieved to know I don't have to worry about it. So edges could be cusps, right? And I was thinking rims. Rims. I don't know what it was. Maybe because we just had that recently.
Edges.
Yeah, edges is cusps, and it works beautifully. I just got to keep in mind that this is, after all, a Saturday grid, and it's not going to be. So move around from here to there. I don't know. Cutting what? Can't cut and shuffle. Cut and paste. I see. Whew. So I guess our buildings that are not water resistant. I'm sorry. Let's read it correctly with the contraction. Buildings that aren't water resistant. I'm going to go with sand castles. Castles. And so progresses slowly, maybe eases into that recovery. Gives accolades, maybe lauds. What a scary word without knowing what the clue is. Okay, overly wise, say. Okay, I'm going to go with sassy. Retreats. What do you think? Maybe layers? Maybe. I got LA. Comics. Series? Maybe. I don't know. Windjammer, as an example, would be a ship. Or it could be a skiff, too. I don't know. No, that would be 2 Fs. Never mind. We're good with ship, I think. Historical event that acquired its name almost 2 decades after it ended in brief. That would be World War I. I think they called it the Great War when they were fighting it. I think. I don't honestly know that. How do I not know that? I was in the Army, for crying out loud. You think I would know that? Like, surely we had to cover that in officer candidate school. Comics, maybe strips? Yeah, we're going to the comic joint tonight, sweetie. We're going to look at comics. So you don't have to worry about me.
You can go by yourself.
Go by yourself. One choice at a dry cleaner. A hanger? Is a hanger a choice? Can you get stuff not on a hanger at the dry cleaners? I'm so confused.
Yes, but why would you?
The only blank is mediocrity, and that's from Martha Graham. I honestly don't know who Martha Graham is. Oh, this is these days I'm just exposing myself for the fraud that I am. Oh, gosh, what is that called? Imposter syndrome. No, man, I tell you what, it's bad today. I'm not feeling myself.
You just got thrown off.
I got thrown off. I'm going to go with sin. I'm going to think maybe it's sin. That's just a guess. I mean, yeah, because they gave it the hanger here. I just did not know that hangers were an option. Like one choice at a dry cleaner. Hanger. Am I missing something? It's not spelled like an airplane hanger, at least not yet. Number 1 on BBC's list of greatest 21st century TV series. I'm assuming this is The Wire. Never seen a single episode. Not once. Word with fixed or net, maybe assets. Mildew, I guess it could be a blight. Seems a bit, wow. I mean, that seems a bit harsh for just a little mildew. It's a blight. The blight. We got this blight in the shower here in this hotel. I can't stay here again for all the blight. So yeah, The Wire. Egg white is an ingredient in meringue cookies. I was probably primary ingredient. And meringue. Really now? Approach boldly. I don't know. TGI Fridays. Villainous group of science fiction. Well, with that T there, I'm going to go with the Sith. And maybe accost. Perhaps ejects. Ousts. Above the blank, as high as heaven itself. Shakespeare. Above the clouds. I'm trying to remember the play, though. I don't remember the play.
That one is Waluigi.
Waluigi?
That's the purple hat.
Oh, I was just going to do the downs because I have no idea who the purple-hatted one.
It's W-A.
Waluigi. Purple-hatted Nintendo character. I'm trying to keep up with the Nintendo characters. It's a me. Okay, got it. So, purple-hatted Nintendo character, Waluigi. Okay, I have to look him up. Really now? Oh, come on. 33 down platform for short. Tetris, I'm assuming NES. And actress Lombard of classic Hollywood, and that's Carol. Say but not really mean would be to mouth. And car once promoted with the slogan, "It's your money, demand better," informally. And I guess this must be the Oldsmobile. I do remember one Oldsmobile from the 80s, and it was Sir Ringo Starr was wearing, well, he had his earring. I mean, he's Ringo Starr, he's an artist, right? Had an earring in, and he's like, "This isn't your father's Oldsmobile." Something like that to his kid or something like that. I remember that. Something chewed over. Maybe a cud. Something to climb in a WWE match. Well, Shotzi, they climb ropes in wrestling, don't they?
Yes.
Rope. I don't. I mean, I just watched it when I was like 8 or 9 years old. I got to meet some of the Von Erichs one time, and Andre the Giant. Yeah. I went with a friend to the Will Rogers Coliseum in downtown Fort Worth on a bus, 35 cents round trip. That's how old I am. And yeah, got to go see them. Me and Eric Dodson. He had the tickets because they lived in a brick house. They were rich. His dad drove a Harley. And he had a Nintendo or an Atari. A literature Nobelist who wrote Siddhartha, and that would be Hess. Popular farm vehicles. They're all over Germany. I mean, you see John Deere everywhere. Everywhere. Dealerships, on the road, irritating the living fire out of me. Going so slow. Persuade to pay more than originally intended, maybe to upsell. And parts of cassette players. Okay. What could this be? Spools, maybe? I don't know. I want to put something in. I don't want to just... Retail giant that opened its first store in Seattle in 1983. I saw this on Costco. I saw it on a Weird History episode once here on YouTube. And if you're watching this on TikTok, there on YouTube is where I saw it. Lead in to activate, or active, sorry, retro. I think it's time for me to get some new glasses, which is sad since these are not that old. Certain earring could be a hoop. Animal that sleeps while floating on its back would be a sea otter. And the ultimate trivia destination per its website, I haven't got a clue. Is this Sporkle or something? Some courses for honor students for short, APs. Okay, if I didn't know what this one was here and I just assumed it was Skorkle or something, thinking it might have to do something with a score, I'd have been beaten. Now, I might have been beaten as it is, you know, slunking over. I was slunking around earlier instead of skulking. So, AP. So anyway, let's just hope we didn't fat finger something. How do we do Bob? And that would have totally got me, the Sporkle. I've never heard of Sporkle in my life, and now I'm going to have to... The ultimate trivia destination per its website. Sporkle. I've never even heard of it. Now, I'm sure my sister, Unsel, has probably been there. She's the trivia queen of the family. I'm the cross nerd. But, yeah, Sporkle. Okay, I got to remember that. Okay, so some of this was really clever in that it was just hard for me to... There wasn't a single word here that I wasn't familiar with other than Waluigi. Walla walla bing bang. But it was just so carefully clued, such a good crafty clue job here that I just did not, some of it just was not jumping out at me at all whatsoever. I have to say, I do like jamais vu. That's really a fun word and one that I use quite often. As you see Shotzi rolling her eyes right now, that's something I like to say an awful lot. I liked our word of the day too, by the way. Soporific. Your speech was soporific. Your personality is just soporific.
No one would ever know.
No one would ever know it.
Nobody's going to know that word.
No, I'm going to try it on the first lame-o I come in contact with. So yeah, it was just soporific. But in my world, there's no such thing as a lame-o. I love everybody, and I really do. So, yeah, but I have to say, I'm a little concerned, or not concerned, I just don't get the hanger. And if you do get the hanger, let me know. I mean, this seems like a Sue question, right? Like, what's going on with the one choice at a dry cleaner thing? That just kind of left me a little on the cold side. I don't get it that you got a choice in them put a hanger, a one choice at a dry cleaner. I mean, I'm sure when somebody tells me what it is, it'll come up. But yeah, and I need to figure out also what's up with the World War I. I just didn't know that. It was pretty easy to figure out, clearly, but I'd like to know more about it. But on the whole, it was a fantastic grid. Just because I don't get it doesn't mean that it's not a beautiful, brilliantly constructed grid. And I feel like it was. And so well done, Aiden Deshong and Akshay Seetharam. Fantastic work to both of you. Cin-Cin. So let's bring down our Benny here to do. And hopefully my heart rate is going down here pretty soon. I swear, you have no idea. I was like it's the idea of being hacked. Those would be life-changing for me. But as it is, it's what it is, and we'll just get over it. On the issue of hoop earrings, when I was in high school, we were only allowed to wear studs if we were guys, and wearing studs was just dumb because I had both of my ears pierced, and it was kind of ahead of time, so to speak. But Robert Smith of The Cure had both ears, so I thought I would do it too. So did Simon Le Bon. I wanted to be like them. So I did, but then they told us we couldn't wear the little loops anymore. We had to wear studs, but I noticed that all of the girls could wear these big old bangly hoops. So I organized about 50 of us one day, and we all came to work. We had all gone to Limited Express. This would be 1987 at the Ulan Mall, Fort Worth, Texas, and we all bought those jean/leather mini skirts, and we wore them. I mean, we all wore mini skirts to school. All these boys, like there's maybe 40 or 50 of us, right? With big old bangle hoopy earrings. And of course, we were protesting out in front. And of course, they gathered us up. They told us to take them out, so we did. And then they put us in gym clothes, which weren't even ours. It was kind of gross. And we went through our day. So it didn't really get us anywhere. But that was the start of a very active civic career in standing up for people whose rights were taken away. So very nice. So until we see you tomorrow for the ginormous Sunday grid, it's going to be a big one, I'm sure. And with any luck, it'll be challenging. But until we see you for tomorrow's grid, I just hope everyone stays safe and you just have a fantastic weekend. If this is your morning, if it's your evening, thank you so much for joining us. Thank you for liking and subscribing. It means the world to me. Ich wünsche Ihnen einen schönen Tag. Wir wünsche Ihnen einen schönen Tag noch. Auf Wiedersehen. Tschüss. Servus. Grüß Gott. Ciao. Cin-Cin. Be well. Remember that foreign accents equal brave hearts, courageous souls. And try to be nice to strangers. And we will chat soon. See you on tomorrow. Cheers.